I love the way the First Gen Lounge makes me feel.
Because it creates a space where I belong.
Where we're able to create community.
The fact that it's a community.
It's a safe place.
It also gives me a place to understand different perspectives.
The stories of these individuals prescribe transformational perspective.
I receive encouragement, enlightenment, empowerment.
And also serve as a catalyst to just keep going.
Where we're able to be our true selves.
I'm allowed to be an unapologetic first gen.
And above all else, tell our story.
And every episode is unique.
I love it.
I'm your host, Dr. Eve, and I'd like to welcome you to the First Gen Lounge. Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome back to another Thursday. I should just do like a whole freestyle one of these days. And in case you didn't know, yes, I used to rap and do battles back in the day. I, still write a little bit of poetry here and there, but it's beside the point. Anyways, I have decided, in spite of me being tired, because y'all, I is tired. It has been, Lord, that's how it's been. Okay, you feel me? Okay, I keep talking about self-care, but there are a lot of amazing things that are happening, and I'm just overjoyed by it and keeping up with my life. And it's just got me like, can't sleep, can't wait, just everything, but all good things. We're going to talk about them one day. I have decided to do something different with this show. We are going to do a Q&A. Hey! So our very first Q&A comes from First Gen fam Mike. Mike asked a 3-part question, and I'm going to do my best answering this. It's heavy. So Mike says, as a first generation college graduate, you've completed a doctorate before 30, written a book, and started a successful business. 1. What gives you the confidence to undertake such potentially daunting tasks? 2. How do you motivate yourself to follow through when you run into inevitable obstacles? And 3. What advice would you give to first gens who may have big dreams but are struggling to take the first step? Mike, you had to do that to me today? Okay, we're gonna go there. Yeah, so I think that these are some pretty heavy questions, but not too difficult to answer. So when you ask what gives you the confidence to undertake such potentially daunting tasks, the thing that gives me confidence is knowing that there is a God who believes in me, who created me, and who continues to invest in me daily. It's knowing that I am here for a reason, that I have a purpose, the purpose professor, hint, hint. But no, it's really knowing that I have a purpose and that whatever that thing may be is greater than me. And if I don't pursue this purpose wholeheartedly, I am wasting my life. If I don't truly commit to going after what it is that God put me on this earth to do, then I am not taking advantage of each and every day. So my confidence comes from knowing that there is something greater, because truth is, there have been many moments where I have actually lacked confidence in some of the things that I have done. However, it's believing in the something greater, in the people that I'm meant to serve, in the legacy that I'm meant to leave, in the lives that I'm meant to change. That gives me the confidence and the courage even to go for things, even when it seems like I'm not really sure if I'm even fit or cut out for this. So having a belief, my friend, in something greater is what gives me that. And then I have really awesome friends, mentors, colleagues, a family, and a phenomenal husband that continue to pour in me. So even when I doubt myself, or I'm not really sure about my capacity to take on a task, I have people who are cheering me on, telling me that I can do it, affirming that I can do it. And sometimes it's their belief in me that keeps me going when I may otherwise not feel like I'm fit for the challenge or up for it. Your second question, how do you motivate yourself to follow through when you run into inevitable obstacles? It really ties back again to purpose. Purpose for me is everything. Purpose helps give my life meaning. So even those obstacles that I come up against, they're meant to be. What I find in the obstacles that I face on a regular is that it's meant to show me something about myself for whatever may be next, for whatever is to come. Those obstacles are things that teach me about my character. They develop my critical thinking skills. They show me things about relationships. They help me to stay motivated and knowing there has to be something on the other side of this obstacle. And unless I get through this thing now, I won't know what that other thing is. I won't know what that promise is. So by that, I continue to press forward as best as I can, because at the end of the day, if I lose my motivation or if I choose to not keep going, I'm allowing myself to be stuck. And the last thing that you want to do is be stuck, and be stuck because you are allowing yourself to be stuck because you are in your own way. I believe that there are things that happen in this life that come to try to break us, but what is meant to break you will make you. And if you just continue to realize that you are your biggest fan, your greatest motivator, you are your greatest power, knowing who you are is your greatest potential. It is you and what God gave you. Let nothing stand in the way of what you can become, what you will become. Let those obstacles not be those things that affirm that you should not be in a space greater than what you're in. Don't let yourself be fooled by the negativity or the darkness that comes into life. Let that be a time of stillness, a time that will help provide you clarity for what's next in your life, and a time that will continue to build you as a person, because they've said it, I'm sure you may have heard in church before, there is no testimony without a test. Okay, there is no testimony without a test. So let the obstacles that are inevitable, let them come, but let that also be something that continues to push you to just get through it. Because again, for me, it goes back to even when there is something that is facing me that I feel like I just can't get through, if I don't get through it, I can't get to my purpose. I can't get to my purpose work. I can't serve the people who I need to serve if I allow myself to be pushed down by what life is throwing at me. So that is what I have to say about that. I'm feeling a little bit Forrest Gumpy. And 3, what advice would you give to first gens who may have big dreams but are struggling to take that first step? Ironically, I would say take the first step. Determine what the first step is for you and take that step. You don't know what you can do, what you are capable of, what this life will bring to you unless you try, my friend. Hear me. You don't know what this life has to bring until you try. Had I not betted on myself and gone to college, had I not just tried and automatically eliminated myself because of the circumstance I come from, if I counted myself and said that I wasn't good enough to go to graduate school, I would have never gone. Had I not gone to graduate school, I wouldn't have made it to a Ph.D. Had I not gotten that Ph.D., I wouldn't have worked in higher ed. I wouldn't have met my students. I wouldn't have done so many of the things that I have ended up doing now that has allowed my life to unfold, that has allowed me to see the bigger picture, but more importantly, taking the first step in doing things and finding out that, hey, you're actually pretty damn good at this, or you're pretty awesome at that, has continued to give me confidence as well to continue to see, hey girl, you got this. Like, you really, really got this. So I say to you, take the first step. And here's the thing, the first step doesn't mean that it has to be a big step. Don't get the two confused. The first step simply means doing what you think is necessary to move toward the goal, whatever that goal may be, and to not be so stuck on everyone else's idea of what your big dream should be is something that I caution you to be mindful of. So what do I mean by that? People are successful entrepreneurs, but that doesn't mean that every successful entrepreneur is a millionaire, has to be a millionaire, or will ever be a millionaire. So to be okay with that is something to say, my big dream is to be a successful entrepreneur, to be making 6 figures. That is your picture of success. It's my picture of success. Let that be what it is for you. The other thing is knowing that your dreams are only as big or small as you make them. And you can't let other people minimize your dreams, and you can't fool yourself out of thinking that your dreams are too big, because everyone who ever achieved anything in this life that we can look at and perceive as great, they believed in what they were doing, and they just kept working at things and chipping away and chipping away and chipping away at it until one day they looked up and realized, holy crap, did that just happen? So to have a vision and to believe is everything while you are on this journey of life, while you are going after the things it is that you decide that you want. Don't be discouraged by the circumstance for which you have come from, especially being a first generation college student or graduate. Don't be discouraged by the fact that you may not have had certain things growing up. Don't let that deter you from feeling like you can't have something more, that you can't be greater, that you can't be better, because it is for you to decide what comes of your life. It is for you to decide that you don't want to be bound to what you have been or have been through. So you got to take the first step. And here's the other thing. By taking the first step, you will begin to see things unfold, and it will continue to feed into who you are. It will validate you, and it would continue to help you see that your greatness is there and your potential is limitless. So all you have got to do is go for it. So my friends and my good friend Mike, my family, my loves, I really hope that this here today has inspired you, has empowered you, and has uplifted you. And you saw what I did right there? Yes. And I want to thank you for tuning in always, for being a part of this community, for just being amazing in so many ways. And so, Mike, again, thank you for helping kick off this Q&A. Hey, Q&A. I need to name this. So if y'all have any recommendations for what we should name this Q&A thing, let me know. Hit me up on LinkedIn or Instagram, or shoot me an email. I would love to get your feedback. Trust your process, fam. Trust your process. Did you go, at any point during the show, like you felt that, like it hit you? If so, that's a sign that you ought to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, then share with all your friends, coworkers, uncles, aunts, cousins, grandmas, exes, everybody, okay? Until next time, don't forget to be resilient, authentic, and intentional in all that you do. And no matter what, keep pressing forward. I love you. Peace.